Hi everybody, Dr. Mandy here. Getting on to talk about one of the most frustrating things I think for patients is when your hearing aid quits working. It could just be completely random. It just, you're going along with your day and all of a sudden, oops, there's no sound coming out of your hearing aid. You know, 80% of when a hearing aid quits can be resolved within a matter of 5 to 10 seconds of you just checking your hearing aid. So what we do as providers is recommend that you clean and check your hearing aids every day, every morning, every night. Cleaning and checking means wiping the end of the hearing aid off. If you have a little rubber piece on the end of your hearing aid, pull that off, look underneath it, brush it. That's what we mean by cleaning and checking your hearing aids. And believe it or not, a lot of patients are not real religious on the recommendations that we give about cleaning your hearing aids on a daily basis. Well, regardless, if your hearing aid just randomly quits working, you have, within a matter of seconds, the ability to troubleshoot your hearing aid, which is awesome. So that way you can get back to your normal routine and everything taken care of. So I'm going to talk about two different styles of hearing aids. All hearing aids have a thing called a filter. Depending on the manufacturer, they call them screw stops, wax guards. They all do the same thing. They keep the wax out of your hearing aid. So I'm going to start with the most common hearing aid. This one is a receiver in the canal hearing aid, very popular. Has a scalar wire, has a little rubber tip on the end of it. This hearing aid is a Phonak hearing aid, and Phonak and Unitron are sister companies, so they have pretty much the same filters, wax guards, screw stops, however you want to call them, but these are very easy to fix. So, hearing aid quits working. What you should do first, before you call your provider, is take this little dome, make sure that's clean, you can peel it off, and check underneath it. That hole is extremely tiny, but if you look, there is a white, almost upside down cone that's in there. That is the filter. Again, it's super tiny, so it doesn't take much to plug that up. This manufacturer uses a disc with filters in it. So once you peel this off, our recommendation is to go ahead and change it, because once you change it, it will free all that wax up that's in the inside. And again, it does not take much, a very minute piece of debris to plug that up. So with this one, we have one is the trash can, and two is the new filter. You can see that little white filter, there's a new one. So if you have a Unitron or Phonak hearing aid, this is what you do. You put the end of your receiver into number one. It will snap ever so slightly. You can let it go, it'll be hanging there, and then you can pull out the old wax trap, and you can see it's actually in there. And then you go to number two, which is step two, and you do the same thing, and that will release a new filter into this hearing aid. Again, snap it gently, pull it out, and you've got your new filter. And then you can put your earbud on. Another step is, hopefully you have extra supplies. I would just go ahead and change this too, just to make sure, rule out any other parts that might be, any debris that might be in there. So go ahead and replace both of these, and that should take care of your hearing aid. If that does not work, then call your provider. There's something else going on with your hearing aid. But again, 80% of what's going on why a hearing aid just suddenly quits is debris or wax got into the hearing aid. Okay, so the second hearing aid we're going to talk about is a custom hearing aid. So if you have a molded tip on the end of your hearing aid, a custom mold, or just a in the canal, half shell, full shell hearing aid, you're going to see a filter like that. This is my hearing aid. This one has a white filter. The very common filter comes with a bunch of sticks. Different manufacturers have different colors. This one's Starkey. They now have yellow sticks. So how you replace this one is on your stick. These are one-time use. There is a new filter there. The opposite end is empty. So you're going to use this end to take out the old filter. So you just gently push it in there. It'll stand up if you want to know how far you need to go. You don't need to jam it in there, but just be gentle. And then you can pull out the old filter, flip around the stick, and push in the new filter, release, and throw away your stick. So those are two different filters that are very common in the industry. Some of the over-the-ear hearing aids do have this filter, but those are the only two that you're really going to see. And hopefully you have extras of these, and if you don't, call your provider and have them always have some on hand, because if your hearing aid quits, the first thing we're always going to ask you is, did you clean your hearing aid, and did you change the filter, the wax trap, etc. So if you have any questions, give us a call. If you're not sure on how to do this and you want to practice, we will certainly help you. And this is just the easiest thing. You can literally troubleshoot your hearing aid in 5 seconds. So Dr. Mandy here. Have a great day.
We are here to help. If you want to chat with Dr. Mandy, go to SiouxFallsAudiologyAssociates.com.